What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Right now I am in Okinawa in Japan. We're here shooting Budget versus Baller. It's the one day off we've had in a very long time, and I've decided that I'm gonna go try to go surfing. Okinawa has waves. It has some of the better waves in Japan, so I'm told, but getting there won't be easy. I don't speak any Japanese. I'm gonna have to take a taxi to a place that I heard has decent waves. The tide might be coordinating, might be cooperating, and there should be some waves. So join me for this little adventure. I'm gonna try to get a surf in Okinawa, Japan. Let's go. Japan is a fascinating country where centuries-old traditions coexist with cutting-edge modernity in a cultural ebb and flow that exists nowhere else on Earth. Sitting on the edge of the Western Pacific, Japan consists of over 7,000 islands that sit along the Ring of Fire, one of Earth's most volcanically active areas. And it's that history of volcanism that's shaped the island chains, including the iconic Mount Fuji, which is an active volcano that last erupted in 1707. These volcanoes give Japan its wide variety of hot springs, known locally as onsens, and they've shaped the coastline of the island chains. While not internationally known as a premier surf destination, Japan, with over 29,751 kilometers, over 18,000 miles of coastline, there are plenty of waves to be had. In fact, Japan has the 6th longest coastline in the world. And with the upcoming Tokyo Olympic Games bringing surfing to the Olympics for the first time ever, Japan is also hoping to raise its international standing as a surf tourism destination. Modern surfing is said to have arrived in Japan with American servicemen who were stationed there in the early 1960s during the Vietnam War and would go for surfs on their R&R breaks in between combat tours. Before that, locals would surf waves using wooden boards known locally as itago, a kind of wooden boogie board / alaya. Surfing has come a long way since then, and in Japan, it's quite a popular sport now. In 2018, I had the pleasure of visiting the southern islands of Okinawa, known colloquially as the Hawaii of Japan because of the tropical climate. Okinawa is one of the main islands in the Ryukyu island chain, the southernmost islands in the nation of Japan. They have a unique, distinct culture and history, which I'll explain a little more about later in this video. So back in 2018, while shooting a television show I hosted called Basic vs. Baller, which is available on Hulu and Amazon Prime if you haven't seen it already, I had a day off, so I packed up my bag and took my chances on a little surfari. Konnichiwa. Hello. No, restaurant. Sonabe?
Sonabe.
Sonabe.
Emerald Ocean Girl.
Yeah.
Okinawa ken Emerald Ocean Girl.
Emerald Ocean Grill. The Google Translate app is coming in so clutch right now. Because I don't speak any Japanese, but it's amazing, actually. It's very accurate, and you can communicate almost in real time with people who don't speak your language, so it's pretty cool. I'm really digging it, and you can save useful phrases. So right now I have, do you speak English? I can't speak Japanese. What's your name? My name is. I think the next is, how much? So my plan is pretty rudimentary. Our fixer here in Japan for the TV show is super nice. She surfs, and she's told me the name of a restaurant run by her friend who can help me find a surfboard, and the restaurant is located right in front of a great wave. So, you know, it is a little bit overcast, it's pretty windy, I don't know how the conditions are gonna be, but I'm just really fiending to get in the water, and to me today, this surf mission is totally worth it. I had a really light breakfast and I have not eaten lunch, so I stopped into a local convenience store called Family Mart, which is supposedly like super famous here in Japan. I got an energy drink, an Aquarius. It's kind of like a version of Gatorade, which I am stoked to drink right now. And then I got this thing, the Calorie Mate. It looks like something from like the 30s. I love the packaging. It's like super simple, like proto-industrial packaging, but I guess it says calorie mate, nutritionally balanced source of energy needed for daily activities. So, perfect. Let's try it. Kind of looking like a Twix. There's 2 of them in there. Definitely need water with this thing. It doesn't taste nutritionally balanced or healthy, but I'm hungry, so whatever. Our hotel is in Naga in Okinawa Prefecture. So Okinawa is a chain of islands far to the south of mainland Japan. It's almost, I think it's closer to Taiwan than it is to mainland Japan. But the place that I'm going surfing is called Tsunabe. It might be a little kind of reef, but all of the island is surrounded by these big coral reefs. We actually tried to go scuba diving today, but we were a little bit late making the reservation, and unfortunately there was no more space on the boat. So instead, I decided I'm gonna go for a surf, and it's gonna be fun. And I like these little adventures. It's like you have a free afternoon. How much can you make of it? All right, I'm here at Tsunabe Beach Park, and I'm praying for surf. Fuck. It's flat. Maybe there's something down there. It's pretty small though. It looks all right down there though. A little wave. There's another one down there. There's a surf shop. 16:15. Shit, that's like 45 minutes from now. Found a surf shop. It's closed right now. There is a dive shop around the corner, which could be kind of cool too, because there's not really any waves here. Maybe I can get a scuba dive in. Monday, Tuesday, closed. All right, well, I have to wait 45 minutes. So the surf shop is closed for another half an hour. I just popped into a scuba diving shop to see if I could go for a dive. It's a little bit late in the day, so that was a negative as well. But at the top of my list was getting something to eat. So I headed to the local market and got an idea of what the daily diet consists of for the average Okinawan. You see, Okinawa is what's called a blue zone, an area of the world with a high percentage of centenarians, or people who live over 100 years old. In fact, it has one of the highest percentages of centenarians in the world, and a lot of that comes down to their diet. I knew that Okinawans and Japanese people in general eat a lot more seafood than we do over in the West, and I had a hunch that one of the reasons why they lived so long was because of that. But further research on their diet really surprised me. It turns out that it's the whole plant foods, not fish, that make up 90% of the traditional Okinawan diet. Less than 1% of that diet was fish, and less than 1% was meat, and less than 1% was dairy and eggs. So most of the diet was based on vegetables and beans, as well as seaweed, and most of the calories coming from purple and orange sweet potatoes. If you haven't had an Okinawan sweet potato, try to find one at your local grocery store. They're incredible. It's not only a highly anti-inflammatory diet, but it's also one that's high in antioxidants. Okinawans who eat this way don't only live the longest, they're also extremely healthy into old age, with 6 to 12 times fewer heart disease deaths than in the United States, 2 to 3 times fewer colon cancer deaths, 7 times fewer prostate cancer deaths, and a 5.5 times lower risk of dying from breast cancer than the US. Seaweed? Goya? Goya? Okay. I don't know what this is. Goya. Seaweed? Hi. Yes. Okay. Kimchi Goya. That was good. I got a glimpse into the local diet at the market, and had a couple of healthy snacks while I was there, but it was time to get back to the beach for a surf. The surf shop opened. The owner, Taka, super friendly, hooking it up with a board. I got this fun little 511, kind of like a little swallowtail quad fin. The tide is coming up. The whole island is like surrounded by coral reef, so there are reef breaks. There's a couple of points, not too many like beach breaks, sand beach breaks, but the place I'm gonna go surf is called California's, and I'm super stoked because the tide is coming up, the swell is coming up, and it's been a long time since I've been in the water. So the owner, Taka, is super friendly. This place is called Source Surf Supply. It's been around since 1994, right on the beach, and I'm so stoked because there was a moment of doubt there. There was a moment of, maybe I won't get to surf today, but I think I do. What's the surf scene like here? Many people surf in Okinawa?
Yeah, many.
It's popular?
Yeah.
Popular sport?
Not like California or
No.
Australia.
That's
But
good.
yeah, here is just a reef break.
Yeah?
So just a point break. So if like 10 people gets out,
It's crowded.
yeah, crazy.
All coral reef?
Yeah,
Nice. Is the water temp warm?
yeah,
No wetsuit?
nah,
Not right now?
just like hot water.
Hot water. Tropical.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah?
that one's the biggest.
That's the biggest you got?
Yeah,
I think you'll have to
Maybe.
make it work. That'll work. That's perfect. Yeah, that's
Yeah?
good. Yeah. For me, when traveling, one of the coolest things about surfing is like this instant connection that you have with other surfers around the world. Doesn't matter where you go. If you're into riding waves, you can find other like-minded people who can give you tips and kind of show you the ropes. And in this case, I'm stoked. Yeah. Thank you, Taka. I needed a board and you've come to my rescue. Hey, arigato. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, yes, that was fun. The water was so nice. Surf was pretty small, not Not huge by any standards. It was maybe waist high with sets, but it just felt so good to get in the ocean again, to get out surfing again. Water was super warm. Coral reef down there. Awesome. Sun's about to go down, so I am gonna head over to a little rooftop bar right here, grab a beer, watch the sunset. The next day, I went and visited a cultural treasure which I had no idea wouldn't be around very soon afterwards. The Shuri Palace was a 500-year-old UNESCO World Heritage Site that was once the seat of the king of the Ryukyu Kingdom, which prospered from 1429 until 1879 as a maritime trading nation between medieval East Asia and Southeast Asia. Unfortunately, this incredible building burnt down in 2019 in a fire that ravaged all of the main buildings in the palace complex. Looking back at it now, I feel really privileged to have been able to experience this place before it burnt down. In addition to visiting Shuri Palace, I also got to learn a lot about the island's unique religious beliefs. The indigenous Ryukyuan religion was characterized by ancestor worship, which celebrated the relationships between the living, the dead, the gods, and the spirits of the natural world. Some of its beliefs come from ancient animistic roots, like those involving local spirits and many other beings classified between gods and humans. These animistic Ryukyuan religious practices were also influenced by Chinese religions like Taoism, Confucianism, and folk beliefs, as well as Buddhism and Japanese Shinto. The blend is uniquely Okinawan. My time in Okinawa, although short, taught me a lot about the diversity of beliefs and culture within the nation of Japan, as well as different climates that exist there. I was really surprised by the tropical climate in Okinawa, a big change from my visit to Tokyo in the winter. While I didn't score the best waves, it was a great experience to get in the water and share the surf stoke with the locals. I'm excited to see what happens in the Olympic Games and how surf culture evolves in the future of Japan. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're at it, tell me which sport you're most excited to watch in this year's Olympic Games. All right, catch you all in the next video. Peace.